Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and envies, and thank you for tuning back into St. Andrew TV, a cure for your Monday blues. First and foremost, Happy New Year, and I appreciate everybody for sticking with me for yet another 365 days. Number two, as you're watching this, I'm actually in Glendale, Arizona, at the Fiesta Bowl. I'm watching my Oregon Ducks play the Liberty Flame. Next week's video is going to be very, very important because you're going to tell by my mood if Oregon won or if they lost. Third of all, we have another fancy gun spinning trick for all of you today. And this one, at least according to the source of Red Dead Online, is called the alternating spin. But this is not to be confused with the two-gun spin that we did previously on the channel where one goes forward and one goes back. This one consists of me doing a backward spin and bringing it up while closing my hand, doing two twirls up here and bringing it back down into a backward spin. And you probably saw it at the start of the video. But after this introduction, I'm going to show you the Red Dead Online alternating spin. Now, the first thing that we do when we are about to attempt a brand new gun spinning trick is we check if our firearm is unloaded, which mine is. I check off camera and then I check on camera to make sure that I am forming good habits. We don't do these with loaded firearms. That is extremely dangerous. We just do this with something that is empty, but has a real weight to it. Now that we got that part of the way, I'm going to show you in a very, very slow and dramatic version of it, of how this gun spin is going to look, and then we're going to speed it up from there, and hopefully we get a very, very tight and quick alternating spin, or top spin as I've been calling it. So the idea is we're going to do the backward spin. It's going to be consistent. You're going to keep doing the backward spin until you feel comfortable to start bringing it up here. Now there are a few things when you start bringing it up here. So you're doing your backward spin, backward spin, backward spin. And when you start to bring it up, find a place where you can actually close your hand while it's still rotating on your finger, the gun that is, because when you're up here, you want your hand closed and the centripetal force is keeping that gun in rotation around your finger. Now, how I viewed it, you're gonna wanna do two complete spins with the barrel facing outward. So the barrel comes around once, around twice, for 720 degrees of rotation, and that's when you're going to bring it back down. And here's the next interesting part, and I would personally say the hardest part, is when you bring it down, now you got to open your hand back up and get it back vertical, and then continue the backward spin. And even in the game, you can holster it if you'd want, but if you just want to get the motion down first, that's also okay. I'm going to try and holster it today, but we'll see how that goes. With all those words and not a lot being done, now it's time for me to do it about 80% to see if we can get the proper motion to it, you know, the muscle memory that goes into these things. Let's see if we can accomplish it, at least by a movement standpoint. Sort of like that. It was, I would say, a little bit sloppy, but look at it this way. I learned these so you can learn these, and the best teacher is somebody who had trouble doing it in the first place. And this one has been a thorn in my side since I've started to attempt it. You can even see I got a blister on my finger because I've been twirling guns so long today to get ready for this video. So with that 80% out of the way, let's see if we can speed it up and tighten it up a little bit to make it a little more smooth and something that you can take your old West Town, maybe some fellow reenactors, and you can whip this one out at them and they'll be like, oh man, this guy's good. Normally I would do kind of a rotating spin to slide it back in my holster, but I caught it with the grip right there, and I'm not gonna mess up a halfway decent one. Like I said, this one is very demanding, very difficult. I'm scraping up my finger trying to do it for all of you, and maybe you can take some precautionary measures. Maybe you can put some tape around your finger so you don't burn your finger out like I have. But I'm being a baby, so let's move to the side and do it from over here. Remember, when we have our pistol here, you have your consistent backward spin. You're gonna bring it up while closing your hand to a horizontal, 2 times around. Bring it back down while opening your hand and go back to the consistent backward spin. Let's start at 80% and work our way into a full speed alternating spin from Red Dead Online, or as I call it, the top spin. Not bad. That could have been a little bit better, but that was 80%. Get the range of motion down. I also like to show you from the side to show you what my arm's doing, what my hand is doing, you know, how I manipulate the firearm itself. I hope that me doing it a little sloppier kind of shows you the difficulty, so you're not going into this like, oh, I'll just pick that up and wield it around, no problem. This one is a bear, so don't get it twisted. This one is a little tougher. So I'm going to try to do it as I grab my nose there. So I'm going to do this next one full speed. I'm going to try to speed it up. I'm going to try to tidy it up and make sure all the motions look good. The idea is to make it look smooth. You don't want any rigid movements, and I'm sure looking back at this footage I have a couple rigid movements, but like I said, I'm learning here with you today, and that's what makes this video so much fun. Don't hit your hat on the way down. Other than that, that was probably my best one of the day, which is unfortunate because I have to turn this camera vertically later into a short. But you won't see that. You'll just see that Thursday at 10 in the morning, Mountain Standard Time. Anyway, that is the alternating spin from Red Dead Online, or as I call it, the top spin. Who knows what the video is titled, because I haven't done anything to this video yet. I'm just filming it. I appreciate everyone getting this far into the video. Thank you again for dealing with me for yet another year, and I like seeing this channel grow, and I appreciate all the familiar faces I see in the comment section every time I post a video. And before I get too sentimental, please leave a like if you've enjoyed the video, or leave me a comment stating what you liked, or tell me what I should do next. I have a Patreon that has been opened up for a few months now, and that is to remain community funded. I have personally received a few emails with some companies wanting to have their little logo up in the corner of my screen, and I told them no. I do not want any external forces influencing my content and the people who work on my content in either which direction. It is homegrown and grassrooted. However, do not feel obligated to donate to the Patreon, only if your means allow it. The videos here on YouTube will forever remain free. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed as of late, but for those of you who have come across this video, maybe because you like Red Dead, maybe you just wanted to add another fancy gun spinning trick to your arsenal to impress everyone down at your local reenactment or local Old West town. Or maybe you saw Marvin Martian up here and thought, hey, I like Looney Tunes. Think about hitting that subscribe button, because you're a daisy if you do.